A lesson in empathy. I used to teach 10th grade English, and I'll never forget the time I felt more livid than I've ever been in my career. I had this student, one of my absolute best, who just stopped showing up out of the blue. After a week of silence, the school finally reached his mom. It turned out he and his father had been in a horrific car accident. His dad didn't make it. The poor kid was out for 2 months. When he finally came back, he was a ghost of himself. He'd always been a straight A student, but now he was just drowning. One day after class, I pulled him aside. I told him, "Look, don't worry about the makeup work for my class. You've already passed the state exam. You're a brilliant student, and you've got enough on your plate." The look of pure relief on his face. He was so thankful. But a few weeks later, I got summoned to the counselor's office. I walked in and found him sitting there, surrounded by his other teachers. It turned out he was failing every single one of their classes. They were burying him, trying to force him to make up 2 months of backlogged assignments, which was physically impossible. They told him if he didn't finish it all, he'd have to repeat the entire year. Then, they checked his grades and saw he had an A in my class. One of the teachers, who I already knew had a bone to pick with me, snapped. He started arguing that I couldn't just give the kid a free pass, and that I was robbing him of his education. He actually looked at me and asked why I was even there, since I clearly wasn't teaching him anything. I felt my blood boil. I tried to keep my voice steady, but I looked him dead in the eye and said, "The kid's father just died. Do you honestly think your history class matters to him in the slightest right now?" The room went dead silent. They just stared at me. Then, the counselor suddenly got this little smirk on her face and said, "And that is exactly why I called Mr. Carter in here today. I knew he'd say the things I'm not allowed to say."